All right, next up, we're looking at fall 2015. Let's just take a look at number 1 and number 2 together. Number 1, we are looking at y1 is the minimum. Of the x's. And you want to find the limiting distribution of z sub n. The classical way you want to do this when we're given a function, or I should say a transformed version of a given random variable, is through the CDF. Going back to the definition, there's a probability n y1 minus theta that's equal to z. It's going to be the probability y1 is going to be less than or equal to theta plus z over n. Okay. Now, if we can identify the distribution of y sub n, we just plug in this argument and we'll be good to go. So let's see, for y sub n, y sub 1, I should say. Okay, that's going to be the probability y sub 1 is less than or equal to y. If I know the minimum is less than or equal to y, that doesn't tell me about the others. But if I know that the minimum, the smallest one, is bigger than y, that tells me all of them have to be. But if I know that the smallest one is bigger than y, it tells me all have to be bigger than y. It's going to be x1 bigger than y, all the way up to xn bigger than y. But this is independent. It's a product. And the probability xi bigger than y can be identified through this PDF. Okay, I'll just do it up here. So probability x is bigger than y is going to be the integral from y to infinity of e to the minus x plus theta dx. Okay, so that's going to be negative e to negative x plus theta, y to infinity. Plug in the infinity, you get 0. Plug in the y, you get e to the minus y plus theta. So now we have the distribution of y1, and we need to plug that in for the original, okay, the z's. So we got f sub zn, z is going to be probability y1 less than or equal to theta plus z over n, which is going to be 1 minus the product of e to the minus, I'll put theta plus zn, okay, plus theta like that. And, I could have, plugged this in here before, and then took the product and then substituted. That may have been more efficient. But we're just going to keep going. This is going to be the product from I equals 1 to n. The thetas will cancel. We just have e to the minus z over n. Multiply z over n in the exponent and times. That's e to the minus z. Okay. Thus, we take the limit of this. It is what it is. 1 minus e to the minus z, i.e. z sub n converges to z in distribution where z is exponential parameter 1, right? Because this is the CDF of the exponential distribution.